Welcome to another episode of the Clean Cooking Podcast, where kitchen sparks global conversations. Here we bring you real stories, real impact, and real solutions shaping the future of clean energy access. On today's episode, we're taking you straight to the heart of our work at GAS360, where the Cook Clean, Pay Less initiative is actively transforming lives in the Gina community Asobi Maraba in Nasarawa State. Now, joining me is someone who is not only leading operations, but is deeply involved in making this impact happen on ground. She is the Chief Operating Officer of GAS360, Jane Ekeh. And with Jane, we're going to be discussing from the ground up, driving clean cooking access in Gina community, the project so far, the progress, how it has been in the last, say, 2 months that the Cook Clean Pay Less initiative has kicked off at the Asobi community in Maraba, Nasarawa State. When we come back after this break, Jane will be joining us in our kitchen studio this beautiful, beautiful morning. I am your host, Oloruntobi Adejare. We'll be right back. It's still the Clean Cooking Podcast brought to you by GAS360, and I remain yours truly, Oloruntobi Adejare. We have with us the CEO of GAS360, Jane Ekeh, who is going to be discussing from the ground up, driving clean cooking access in Gina community, the journey so far. Hello, Jane.
Hi, Toby.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Are you excited to be in my studio?
Yes, I am.
I've only had Emmanuel from the team in my studio thus far. The only time I had you in my studio was when you came for tasting. Food tasting.
Yes.
So it's great that we're having this discussion today. And I think before we go into the studio, I just wanted us to, just quickly give like a background, context. So what's the idea, the dream behind the Cook Clean Pay Less initiative, and why was the first community Gina?
Okay, thank you very much, Toby. Thank you for having me in your studio. Okay, the idea behind the Cook Clean Pay Less, like I always say every time someone asks me why clean cooking. It's we all know that it's a woman problem. It's not just about bringing accessibility. It's also about restoring a woman's health, because a woman who cooks, we know the data, cooks morning, afternoon, evening with firewood or charcoal. You are as the same person that smokes 20 packets of cigarettes. So you've never smoked, but you should check your lungs and that of a smoker. There's no difference. So that's the passion behind the Cook Clean Pay Less, because we've seen people want to transition, but they are just restricted by their financial capability and accessibility to cleaner fuels. So that's our passion. And you asked why Karu? If Karu is in Nasarawa State. If you see, Nasarawa State has one of the highest production of charcoal.
Oh wow!
Yes, in maybe not the highest, but they are one of the highest production in charcoal in Nigeria. So if you also go to the community, when we're also carrying out the study to see what location will be viable for this initiative, we saw that a lot of people had charcoal, firewood, and access to the gas plants was quite a distance. So that sort of fits perfectly into our agenda. So that's why we started with Karu, and also with the mindset that Nasarawa has this charcoal production institute there, so it's going to be very easy to start there and just move to other wards or communities in.
All right, let's quickly go into our kitchen studio for the full conversation. Jane has a lot she's going to be telling us today, and I'm sure that there are so many things that we will be learning from Jane. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. It's still the Clean Cooking Podcast, where kitchen sparks global conversations, courtesy of GAS360. We have been discussing the progress of the Cook Clean Payless initiative in our community, and we have with us the CEO of GAS360, Jane Ekeh. Now, Jane, our menu today is pepper rice, very synonymous with the Edo people, with the Yorubas also, but everyone sometimes just likes something spicy with rice, so that's what we're going to be doing today.
Okay.
All right, so while we do that, we'll be having our conversation. Okay. Now let's talk about the progress so far, in terms of the initiative. What has been the progress since GAS360 got into the Gina community? Like, how many households have you been able to reach? What has adoption looked like? And what has surprised you most during implementation?
Oh, okay. Households that we've been able to, since this is a pilot program,
Okay.
we targeted 250 households, and we've been able to meet that number, the 250 households, but we did not just choose.
I know this program kicked off in February.
Yes.
And so you mean between February and now, you've been able to reach 200 households?
250 households, yes.
250?
Yes, we have.
Wow.
And the selection process was not just, okay, maybe go into the community and pick random people. No, they had to go through various stages to get to the point where they become our customers.
Oh, okay.
Because we, like I said, so this initiative is targeted at households that have never used any improved fuel before, LPG. So we went with that mindset. People who wanted to target are people who do not have any experience with LPG or any cleaner fuels. So we had to go through various processes. Of course, our teams have to go to the field, also carry out their research, and through the back end, also from our tech platform, we also have to sieve out people who were trying to game the system. So now the 250 customers we have now are people who have never used LPG or any cleaner fuels. So what has been shocking for me is that these people were accepting. They were not. Years ago, what we used to hear then was, "Oh, it's a ticking bomb. It's going to explode. I don't want to use LPG. I have small children in the house." Or things like, "Oh, cooking with firewood and charcoal makes the food sweet."
For the longest of time growing up, my father would not want to have anything to do with gas. If you leave my father at home, you travel, and you say, "Okay, take care of yourself. There's stuff in the fridge. You can, for where my father rather buy food than go turn on gas and then cook himself something." He just has this notion of, even growing up, you hear, "Be careful, the gas, this one, don't go near the gas," So my father is
right. That used to be the conversation we used to have 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it was more, wasn't very difficult, but it took a lot of convincing, a lot of coaching, teaching, having to take out that mindset, then replace it with a new mindset. So it took a lot of work. But now, yes, we still have those people in the community.
Still have your
yes,
reservations.
Exactly. Say things like that. But it was not when they saw their neighbors and how their lives improved after they started using it. Maybe a week later or 2 weeks later, they became very receptive. And now it was like, now we now have people who be like, okay, me, when am I receiving my own? When am I receiving my own? See my neighbor, she's looking very, very fine now. She's not having to stress herself with charcoal and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to see the reception, people who now want to use this stuff and how it has transformed their lives, because we did not just give them this and close shop. No, we had to be constantly in these people's faces to ensure that they continue usage, because we do not want them to now go back to using firewood and charcoal because maybe they saw it as a very good decoration in the kitchen.
Oh, okay. All right, so now women at the center of this initiative.
Yes.
What are some of the ways that you would say that this project has impacted their daily lives, especially in terms of health-wise, saving time, and income generating activities?
Yeah. So we've had very positive testimonies coming from this place. We have various customers who said, oh, they used to have eye problem because of the charcoal firewood. Now they found out that funny, they didn't even know that was the cause of their bad eyesight. So it was when they started using LPG that they found out that their eyes started getting clearer. Then they had to trace it back to what the cause was. I found out, okay, it was the charcoal firewood. We know we are Africans, we're Nigerians, we've used firewood before. We know how it is, how it messes your clothes up, how your eyes, you're literally crying because of the smoke getting to your eyes. So we hear the positive things coming from them. People who looked darker, and I'm not exaggerating, people who look darker in a couple of weeks are looking, so they're fresh
and glowing.
And it's when we visit the community, there's this amazing reception, like, oh, permit me to say, our saviors have come. The way it makes me feel very happy, very proud, because the reception just makes us realize, oh, we've done something wonderful, and we can't.
The presidential treatment.
Yes, exactly. We did not even know the impact we were making in the lives of these women until we had to go back into the communities to see people who have received these kits, how their usage has been. The reception is just so heartwarming. You see the light in their eyes. They're happy to see you.
I would always say to everyone, especially ladies, I would always say that the first thing that helps your skin glow, that makes you glow, comes from the inside.
Yeah, exactly.
What you eat, what you inhale determines. You can use all the skincare in the world.
Exactly.
If you're not eating right, if you're inhaling the wrong things, it will surely impact on your health. Now, there's this unique aspect of the initiative, which is the pay less model. Can you explain how this works and why affordability is such a critical piece of adoption?
Okay, the pay less model, it's okay. We have the cook clean are people who we had to transition into using LPG. The pay less are people who already have LPG in, because we know the problem is accessibility, having to get it when you need it. You cook, so when you run out of gas, you're panicking and you want to go to the closest thing, which is the firewood or the charcoal, to go back to using it. So we realize that the cook clean are not the only people that we need to just put all our energy in. We also, because our goal at the end of the day is to ensure that there is seamless accessibility. When you need it, it's always readily available. You just close that part where they have to go back to using firewood or charcoal. And we're not just thinking about the cook clean customers, we're thinking about the community as a whole. Every woman do not have to use firewood and charcoal anymore. So that's why we brought the pay less are the ones who are already using the firewood, the charcoal. Using gas. Sorry, using LPG. So we had to bring them into the system to ensure that they have continuous accessibility.
Okay, so is this a one-time intervention thing, or there is a plan to move on to something more sustainable?
Yes, every plan is to move up to something more sustainable. It's not a one-off thing, of course. It's not like I said. If we just drop the entire kit there and leave, there's no when they run out, they can still want to go, but if they see there's no avenue, no channel to get a restock in the quickest time, they can just go back to using the firewood or charcoal. So that's why it's a continuous thing. We have to be there to ensure, because we know that after a while, when we've just covered all the loopholes, close all the gap, they know that okay, they are locked in for this forever. Because one of the things we also realize is that accessibility, when I need it now, do I get it now? That is the goal, to ensure that when they need it now, they get it now. So we are not just giving you, we're also ensuring that we have a Gaspreneur Alliance, which is our chain of gas last mile retailers in that locations, and have inventory restock. They have inventory every time these people need a supply. So formerly they will have to log their shop and go and look for refill, look for inventory, but now we bring it closer to them where they are not out of it anymore. So before, they have one cylinder, when they're out, they take it to refill, bring it back. But now they have 2, 3, so when 2 is out, they still have stock. Before the next refill comes in, they are not out of. So it's just to continue the flow and not have a break. That's the sustainability we're talking about.
Oh, that's great. All right, so it's still the Clean Cooking Podcast, where we're talking conversations around the Cook Clean Payless initiative, the progress so far. We'll go on a short break now. When we come back, the conversation continues. Hello and welcome back to the Clean Cooking Podcast, where kitchen sparks global conversation, courtesy of GAS360. I remain yours truly, Oloruntobi Adejare, and we still have in our lovely kitchen studio the COO of GAS360, who has been working us through the progress of the Cook Clean Payless initiative being carried out at the Gina community, Asobi, Maraba. Our food is also almost ready. While we get ready to munch on it, we still have a couple of questions for Jane. Now, there is no intervention without its own challenges. Now, what were some of the challenges encountered on the field, and how were you able to, walk through and summon some of these challenges?
One of the challenges that just top of my head is people wanting to game the system, because like I mentioned before, so we didn't just step into the community and selected random people.
Okay.
We had to go through a screening process via our platform, so our tech platform. So having to, and our agents, wonderful guys who we trained, who ensured that they followed due process to the letter. So having people call them, okay, I don't have, then trying to stage their kitchen cooking area to fit the criteria for approval. So that was one of the things, that's the major challenge. So we had to also make sure that the process becomes tighter. So in case anybody even succeeds in convincing the agents, when it goes through our AI platform, it can be able to screen and pick out those inconsistency with our standard operating process and just reject those customers. So So it was a work in progress. So good part is when we go back, we implement, we see that this is a challenge, you go back and implement. Like I said, people saw it as a fine accessories to have in their kitchen. It's clean, it's new. Who doesn't like clean and new stuff? So people try to just game the system. So that's one of the challenge. But we ensure that we saw the challenge and we created the solution immediately, and just tighten up our own end to ensure that we don't have any fallouts from our selection process.
Oh, okay. So now when we talk about scaling the impact, now looking ahead, what does scaling this initiative look like for GAS360, and what kind of partnership support is needed to expand beyond Gina? I know that the target is at least by the end of this year do 2 million households or even more. So what are some of the partnership supports needed to expand beyond Gina?
So we're thinking about this in a very creative way, because if you look at the entire Nigeria, we have 8,809 wards, if my data is correct. Yes, 8,809 wards, and we started with 1 ward, so we have 8,808 wards left in Nigeria to be able to meet it at the national scale. So we are targeting it that way. We're not just seeing it as just go anywhere to set up. So we have that in mind. That's what it's pushing us to do the things to do. So where's the next ward? Where are we going to? So individuals can decide, oh, this is a very good initiative, come do it in my ward. But might have been thinking it's very challenging to start. Okay. So now we've been able to create, make it easy for you. See that this is achievable. Just think about it this way. There are 8,800 plus wards in Nigeria. What can you do in your ward? You might even say, okay, let me just focus on my ward and just focus on that part. Governments, the state governments too can see that and be like, okay, come carry this out in my state. Like I said,
even councillor,
yes,
House of Rep member,
exactly.
They could adopt
anyone
their
can
words.
See. So you see that this is working. We are monitoring the system, so it's not just distribute cylinders and you do not know where the cylinders are at the end of the day. People can just come in and pick cylinders and go and have maybe like 5 cylinders because of initiatives that just distribute cylinders. But now we have a working plan. We have a working platform that tracks, monitors retention, ensure that these people use this stuff. So we have created that platform for individuals or anybody to just come and just plug and play and see it in effect in anywhere they want to see it. Maybe I want to pick 2 wards, okay, I want to do it statewide, my state. So we've just created that ease for people to be able to come in and play in and ensure that we see the transition that we've all talked about for years.
All right, now, so in closing, what does success look like for GAS360 in terms of ensuring that, say, in the next 2 years, in terms of ensuring that at least we have over 200 million, Nigerians?
Yes.
So what does success look like for GAS360 in terms of transitioning at least, say, 2 to 5 million people to switch from, biomass to actual clean cooking?
So what success looks like is 5 million households for GAS360. 5 million households that have been monitored. When I say monitored, not just, like I keep saying, not just giving them the cylinder, the usage. What success also looks like for us is the empowering women, because most of the people who also, as much as they cook with it, the people who sell this firewood and charcoal to them are also women. So also transitioning those people to also become last mile retailers, because we will call them clean cooking champions, because we are going into this community, so they know themselves, they're not far from each other. So if this woman who is selling charcoal and firewood before now becomes an LPG retailer, so she knows the people in her community who are still using, and she can be that champion to ensure that they transition. So not just the 5 million household, but also empower women financially too by converting them from using this firewood and charcoal into, because the truth is they're going to run out of business. So it's not going to be a good thing for us to come transition people into using firewood, and in that process somebody loses her source of livelihood where she gets her money to feed her family. So we're also targeting those people too, where if we transition the community, we also make sure that this life is not impacted negatively by that part. So moving her from firewood and charcoal into becoming a last mile LPG retailer. So that's success for us, where women are a key player in this industry because they are the most affected. So when women are not just in one aspect, but they play in the entire value chain. That's success for us.
All right, thank you so much, Jane, for sharing these insights and for the incredible work happening on ground. And to our listeners, this is a reminder that clean cooking is not just a concept. It is real, it is happening, and it is changing lives one household at a time. And GAS360 is doing so much to ensure that more homes, more households are transitioned from biomass fuel, from dirty fuel to clean cooking. GAS360 is committed to ensuring that every woman lives a healthy lifestyle. GAS360, through its Gaspreneur program, is committed to ensuring that women are empowered. There's so much GAS360 is doing, and I'm sure that by the time we bring the team on board again, there would have been much more progress on the Cook Clean Payless initiative. Our food is ready. Our lovely rice, thank you, is in a neatly wrapped, traditional, this leaf, excuse me, this leaf is popularly called the moi moi leaf.
Yes.
So we have, done it the Edo way. And do you wanna come closer, Jerry, so that you see our very tantalizing sauce? You see how amazing it looks?
It looks very amazing.
Our sauce has got fish, it's got crayfish also. Jane doesn't eat much, so
I go.
I'm looking for the smallest wrap for Jane. All right, it's tasting time on the Clean Cooking Podcast. You know how we do it. Our pepper rice is ready, and beautiful guest is going to be doing the tasting. So she would give me whether I pass or whether I feel she will let me.
I've tasted Jounery first.
Oh!
So this is not whatever happens here. It's not it's not it's not going to say anything compared to.
Okay.
This is very nice.
Our guest doesn't like pepper, but
Yes.
she's going in for
Another spoon.
yeah, she's going in for another spoon, and that tells us something. We got it right.
Yeah, the thing about pepper is if I can taste the food, then it's variable for me.
Okay.
If I can't taste it, if the pepper overpowers the meat, then I can't have it. But see, I'm going for another spoon.
All right, thank you so much. And that's it on the Clean Cooking Podcast, brought to you by GAS360. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and stay connected as we continue to power conversations that truly matter. Stay connected with us on cleancookingradio.com, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at GAS360 Tech, and on LinkedIn at GAS360. Thank you to my producer, Ifeanyi Jeremiah. I remain yours truly, Olorotobi Adejare. Until we come your way again, stay safe, be good, and make sure to cook clean. Jane, cook clean.
Payless.
Cook clean.
Payless.
Cook clean. Payless. Thank you so much, Jane.
Thank you for having me.